So this was something I was partially guilty of before. When you're younger, you want to have abs. For me, I wanted a really chiseled face. And you tell yourself, I'm going to cut. No, don't cut. Okay? No cutting unless you're a fat bastard or you have a bunch of muscle and a bunch of fat that you can afford to shed off. Okay? And when I say fat, I mean actually fat. Like you have excess body fat. Like you're not skinny fat, you're not chubby, you're fat. Okay? You're a fat bastard. Okay? That's when you cut. Or if you have a lot of muscle, then you could cut, right? But when you cut without any muscle and you're not fat, you're not only missing out on muscle gains, but you're also potentially stunting your growth because your body, when you eat in excess of food, your body is in an. Oh, I know some nerds can be like, oh, well, actually, you're wrong about that. But this is basic, okay? This is very basic, okay? When you're in a deficit, your body's in a catabolic state. It's less likely to grow. I'm not saying you can't grow in a deficit. I'm saying it's going to be less likely. Now, if you're in a surplus, then your body's going to be in more anabolic state. There you go. State's the right word. More anabolic state. So at that point, it's going to be more willing to grow, right? And at some point, if you just keep cutting all the time and you stunt your growth and your growth plates close, guess what? You may have lost a few inches on your height just because you wanted some abs. And you probably didn't even get them because you had no muscle in the first place. And that's something. This whole thing about abs being made in the kitchen is complete and utter bollocks, okay? Abs are not made in the kitchen. Abs are made in the gym. All right? This is proof, like, look at people like natural hypertrophy or Bioneer or anyone who have a higher body fat percentage and have abs. Okay, these people have abs better than some people at like 8% body fat. And they're like 16, 17, 18%. Abs are like any other muscle. They grow. Okay? Don't shut up with this whole thing like, abs are made in the kitchen. In fact, if you are on a higher body fat percentage, you want abs, you don't need to cut. You don't even need to cut. Just gain some muscle and you could probably start getting abs. Okay? And also, unless you're eating like a literal pig, you're not going to get fat if you go on a surplus, a small surplus. You're not going to get fat. Why? Because you're going to gain muscle. You're going to gain some fat. But overall, your body fat percentage is probably going to stay around the same. And even then, if it does go up, it's going to go up by a very small amount. And at higher body fat percentages, if you have a lot of muscle, it looks better. So, for example, someone at 16% body fat, when they're really skinny, is going to look like a little turd. You, at 16% body fat, if you're really jacked, you're going to look pretty good. You're going to look like Henry Cavill when he played Superman or whatever. I forgot. I don't know what movie it's called. I don't care about Superman, but that's the point. You don't need to get shredded to look good. And I know a lot of people are like, ooh, but women in surveys said that shredded physiques, like in this picture, is the best. Look, it's so shredded. It's like 8%, 10% body fat. It has really shredded abs. And it's like, bro, the problem with the surveys is that they don't take into account the fact that leaner people look bigger in photos. You can get someone at 20% body fat, right, and he's huge, and you get someone at 8%. You put him, you don't take a photo of them side by side. You take a photo of the 8% guy, and you take a photo of the 20% guy. The 8% guy is gonna look way bigger, but in person, the 20% guy is gonna be like 2 times bigger than him. So I'm not saying get fat, okay? That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying go husky mode. But what I'm saying is, don't concern yourself too much with getting lean, bro. At 12 to 15%, you work on your abs. You have visible abs. Your face isn't completely fat because you're not fat, okay? You're going to be more attractive. Your clothes are going to, like, these people at 8% body fat, when they put on clothes, it's like a cape. It doesn't even fit. Like, they put a shirt on and their sleeves are just, like, loose around it. They aren't big. They're just lean. You can get the best of both worlds. This whole thing, like, well, naturals can't look good in clothes. It's like, bro, shut up. You're a retard. Or naturals have to choose between looking good in clothes or looking good without a shirt on. You're retarded. That's not true. And like I said, there are 2 types of abs. Okay, because that's really what this body fat percentage thing is about. Obviously, vascularity, blah blah blah. But for most of you, if you're younger, You just want abs, okay? There are two types of abs. Like I said, there's the abs where your higher body fat percentage and your abs are bigger, right? And they show through the fat. And there's also abs where you just get really shredded and you can see the abs, okay? More times than not, like I said, when you get lean enough to where your abs are like, you can, like you can put your fingers through all the soap bars. That's what they like to call it, soap bars. And you put your fingers through all of them. You're going to feel emaciated. You're going to feel like crap. Unless you're genetically predisposed to being very lean. Then sure, you can do that. But more times than not, when you're at that level, you're going to feel like crap. Now, I'm not one of those people who say, well, you can't have abs as a natural and also be big. No, that's retarded. You train your abs, and you just look at people like natural hypertrophy, look at people like the Pioneer. That's concrete evidence. It's a muscle. You can grow it. They could put their finger through their abs, and they're like 16, 17% body fat. Their abs look good. So this whole thing about, oh, I can't have abs without being really lean is stupid. Okay, shut the hell up. So, I'm going to make a video about, the ideal physique later. But I would say, big, has some visible abs. There you go. That's the very basics of it, okay? That's all you need to know within the context of this video. And, you may say, well, I won't look good if I'm super lean, bro. Look at bodybuilders like Steve Reeves. Does he look good? Yes or no? Okay, he was natural. Shut the hell up. So, in short, okay? Stop. You're a teenager. You're a little boy. Okay, little boy. I'm 15. I want abs. Shut the hell up. Stop cutting. Get some food and shove it in your mouth, okay? And good food, not just, oh, well, he said I'm not stop cutting, so I'm gonna eat a bunch of pizza. No, 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 no. Kill you. You don't just eat pizza because you're on a bulk, okay? You still eat good. All right? I already made a video about the easiest way to eat healthy, okay? Watch that video. If you're on a complete retard, you're gonna be able to understand it. You're gonna be able to eat better, okay? So stop cutting, start bulking, get bigger.